Hold on. Look, hopefully you can hear me and see me. I ain't got no microphone or nothing. And I was actually dozing off, and then all of a sudden a download came in, and I'm too lazy to get up and turn on lights. So I had to light this candle at least for you to see my face, but I'm going to turn this phone down and tell y'all what just came through. 1 second. I'm going to put it right here. I had to get it out. Damn, when he speaks, he speaks. My darn tooth. Wait a minute, let me turn this phone up. Oh, I got an idea. Maybe if I put this tablet right here. Is that better? Yeah, you might can see me a little bit. How can I get this brighter? Let me see. Oh, that's a little better. Okay, my tablet giving us some light. Look, this is what I heard. This is what I heard. You hear me? I heard. No, I'm gonna put this phone down because I just want to talk and I don't even want to be thinking about holding the phone. Let me spin this around. Hold on 1 second. Baby, you okay, Titi? Oh my goodness, let me get right here. Okay. Look, wait, let me just get comfortable. I'm sorry it's dark, but I'm too tired to get up. But I had to get this out. This for somebody. Somebody need to hear this. I don't know. It just came in random. So do y'all know all of a sudden what I started hearing was this. I don't know who you are in the world, but somebody who come across this, either now or in the future, you somebody who got a very profound rag to riches story. You somebody who got a serious rags to riches story. Something that you done been through in your past. And somehow you've overcome this thing and your life transformed so great that you can't even, it's hard for you to even explain it. You have so much gratitude in your heart. And you don't even know how you made it. You didn't even expect things to turn out as great as they currently are and how it seems to be continually growing. Somebody who come across my voice, you got a major rags to riches story. You got a grateful heart. You humble. You thankful. But what I heard God say was this. What you really have is one of these stories that's like them stories like one of those but God stories. Like if it wasn't for God or but God. I don't know. I kept hearing that. You got a story it's a story to have gratitude for and you thankful for it and you humble about it. But it's almost like where you've been at and what you've come through and how your life has transformed to this magnitude. I'm hearing him say what you really got going on is one of them stories that need to be acknowledged more in this way. It's a but God story. It's a but God story. It's a story of he'll never bring you to it without bringing you through its story. That's what I kept hearing. And so I guess, I don't know if this is because of the New Year's coming up. And a lot of times when you are a person who have a pretty profound rags to riches story that you're extremely grateful for, truthfully grateful, you can tend to still be go, 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 go. He's saying you need to take a little time before this new year kick in fully and just really, you ain't got to necessarily journal if that ain't your thing, but you need to pause for a moment, even if it's just over the next 30 minutes to an hour or over the next 24 hours, whatever it is, and really reflect on your rags to riches story, whatever it is, and really reflect on where you were and what you've come out of and how your life has been transformed. And although you might share your gratitudes, I'm hearing it's actually a story where if you stop just for a moment to reflect on it, you'll see that there's no other explanation for what you've come out of and how different your life is. There's no other explanation other than it's a but God story. That's where the credit need to go. And that's something that need to be really acknowledged and mentioned. You got a profound testimony and don't know it, and you might not be necessarily commuting. The whole reason you are a rags to riches story, a testimony, is because he wants you to be able to give him that glory. He wants you to be able to verbalize that. And maybe it's something that no matter what you believe in or what whatever faith you follow, you might acknowledge it silently to yourself. But he said, actually, your story and what you've come out of is so profound that it's supposed to be a testimony. He said, you actually are a rag to riches. You are a testimony. You are an example of exactly what it looked like when you try to follow down them breadcrumbs and follow them threads and do what he's calling you to do. Then walk by faith, not by sight. He won't bring you to it without bringing you through it. You are a but God. That's what you need to be saying. That's the whole reason you are where you are. You got a rags to riches story. And the reason it is this way in your life is because he wanted you to be able to also shed light on your testimony of who helped you do it, because it's unexplainable. Something like this couldn't happen in your life. What you've come out of and what you've accomplished so far, you would not have been able to do it in your own strength. You got to know that. And even if you're grateful, he wants you to add that piece on it. But he said, in case it's hard to do it because you weren't raised that way, take some time to reflect on what you've been through and what you've been through, where you've been, and how potentially whatever it was, whatever your rags to riches journey is, it probably would have took the average person out. But he let you through it. He brought you through it because he was expecting, or he's hoping that at some point you will verbalize, pause and reflect, first of all, and then verbalize the testimony that's in that that this couldn't have been done in your own human strength. You got a story. You are supposed to be using what you've come out of as a way to give God, or whatever name you tie to your faith, the divine, the universe. You supposed to be hitting it hard, because that's the whole idea. So then you can show people and share with people your testimony of what you've come through. Although you put in hard work and grit, you got to know some of the stuff, your rags to riches story, some pieces of your history, your story, your background, your journey, some pieces of it that you probably never would share with anybody. But it ain't nothing. It had to be something beyond you that helped bring you through that, because it probably would have killed the average person. And that's what I heard. He said one of the main reasons he brought you through whatever it is and continue to bless you is because you sitting on he wants you to express that and share your testimony and include his name in that, because that's the whole idea. When you really start trying to walk in purpose in some way, and you feel like you in alignment with what your assignment must be in one way, shape, or form, he wants you to be able to express that and acknowledge that. Not necessarily meaning you got to be trying to study up and be some bishop and all of this. No, it's not even about that. Because I'm hearing that it's not about gaining a religion. It's about gaining a relationship. It's not about gaining a religion. It's about gaining a relationship with him. And the only way sometimes you're going to be able to really understand what this divine presence is you're going to have to pause. So I don't know who you are, but you need to take a pause and really reflect on your rags to riches story. And know that, yeah, you was a part of it. You worked extremely hard and you are genuinely grateful. But the whole reason he brought you through is because you are supposed to be also expressing as a testimony that something else was behind this with me. It couldn't have been in my own strength, because it was things that I went through that I know people who went through similar things and they gone. It took them out. They addicted to crack or whatever it is. So you got a profound testimony that if you can link your rags to riches story and start to really reflect on that, you'll see that you were being divinely protected, heavily protected, divinely guided, and something else was with you, carrying you. And that's the whole reason he let you survive it. And he's blessing you and blessed you in such big ways, because he wants you to be able to express that. So that hopefully over time, it'll help draw other people out of darkness. It'll help other people move with faith, walk with more faith, and pull people out of them cynic cycles and help people Go towards their North Star, whatever their soul calling or whatever they're feeling God is calling them to do that they might be too afraid to take a leap of faith out on. You will be somebody who can be a living, willing, like a living embodiment of how that can play out if you really just follow that down. He said, you literally you got a story, a testimony that's supposed to be acknowledged and shared. And that'll also give you a chance to really understand how, like, damn, it had to be something divine with me, because I done came out of something that it was huge, and I don't know how my life is this blessed. And especially if you somebody who your rags to riches story is extremely profound, but you still have even more goals and aspirations and things that you really crave and you desire. He said, if you start attaching your rags to riches story and the things that you've been through and come out of and how blessed you are, if you start linking his name to that as just a testament of how, but God did it. But God brought me to it and through it. You can trust this thing is real, because I don't know how I got here. I don't know how I'm this blessed. He said, start linking his name to that and including him in your gratefulness and the things you share. I don't know how. I'm thankful. Hey, everything else that you got on your list of stuff that you want, watch how fast that stuff come in. Because that's something, for some cases, that's the missing piece. Although the heart is grateful, he need you to be able to boldly confess this and share this and communicate this. But you might not be able to do it unless you take a moment to pause and reflect, and then it'll hit you like, holy shit, he brought me through a lot of shit. I was supposed to die right back there. I was supposed to die. I was supposed to froze to death over here. Damn. You know what I mean? Like, he wants you to pause and reflect on all the stuff and really see that some of the things that literally, if you reflect on it, it would literally feel like a miracle. That was him. That was him. And he brought you through it all in order for you to at some point be a willing participant in being a testimony, sharing that truth. Although your hard work and grit from your human ability and strength, that was a part of it too, because you was co-creating with this thing. So he was using you as a vessel, but you're supposed to be sharing that. He need to be acknowledged in your story, your testament, your rags to riches story need to be including him and mentioning his name. I don't care what name you call it. And watch all your other dreams come true fast as hell, because that might be the missing link. That's it. Because the only reason you go from hell, the only reason a person can go from hell and back is from something supernatural. You don't be walking that walk alone. And the whole reason he'll allow you to go from hell and back and almost living out in some way, a metaphorical heaven in terms of just how your life has transformed from what it used to be, is to give him the glory. It's to be able to share with people like, hey, it is possible. It is something else out there that's bigger than us, that don't live in space and time. And it ain't necessarily about growing in a religion. It's about growing in a relationship with him, with this thing, whatever this thing is. So it can help pull people out of darkness and show them what's possible. That's the whole idea. That's the reason a lot of times if you're trying to walk that narrow path and then you get blessed and your life transform and it look like, well, what the hell? No, that'd be God trying to use you to walk, using you and working through you so that eventually you'll be a blueprint of what's possible. You can be fruitful and multiply, because this is God, because you co-creating with something higher, something divine. And it can pull people out of that darkness and that stinking thinking and that doggy dog world mentality, all of that shit. That's the whole idea. So I don't know. It woke me up. I mean, I was kind of dozing off, and then that came in my heart and I heard it random. Like, your rags to riches story is so powerful. And some of the shit you've been through is so unexplainable. You don't know how you are where you are. But the whole idea was that you don't know. It's actually your story. If you really reflected on it, it's a story that's really worth almost communicating in that way. Like, shit, like, nah. He won't bring you to nothing without bringing you through it. It's got to be something behind the scenes that's divine, that's working, that's always got your best interest at heart. If you can listen to it and follow them nigglings and nudges, he won't steer you astray. You got a but God story. Damn. That's what I heard, y'all. You got a but God story. You got a testimony. And it ain't about you trying to become a pastor, preacher. No, it ain't even about that. He just saying you need to just include him in your communication about your gratefulness, and that include that in the story, that little piece right there, because it'll also help bring some people out of darkness. You sitting on a testimony. So y'all, I had to share this. I don't know. I hope whoever need to hear this and know, hey, this ain't me talking. Because I can tell you this in my heart, and I feel it, but my life is not perfect. I'm not rich or wealthy, but I mean, so I don't really have no reason to really even be talking about like that. No, I'm talking about whoever you are, you somebody who already almost lived out a profound rags to riches story. And so he said, before this new year kick in, take a moment to really reflect on that and reflect on all the shit you done been through and how he done pulled you out of that. He done pulled you through it. You probably was supposed to have been dead 3 times ago. Whatever it is. Because then it'll really shed a light. It'll be a huge awakening and a revelation to you of how, holy shit, I've been really protected. Because this shit was like miracles. I had 2 or 3 miracles. I was supposed to be gone. How was this? So then you can also be able to express this to people who need to know. People who are in darkness. People who are clueless. People who don't have no faith. People who lacking hope. People who don't got no encouragement. They not encouraged. People who, you know, it's some sad people out here, man. And your rags to riches story might be something that'll keep somebody alive, even if it's just another day. If you can acknowledge that actually what pulled you through it beyond your human strength and shit was something higher and divine, ordering your steps in some damn way. So I love you, whoever you are, and I just hope what I'm sharing is making sense. I think it will, and you know, even if it is a little weird because I'm a little tired, just unscramble it and make it fit for whatever it is. But yeah, you got a major testimony. So open your mouth and don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to acknowledge that it's God or whatever. Because I think sometimes people be trying to mute people from talking about God. No, it's God. Shit, you was supposed to have been dead 4 times back there. Who the hell is God? Don't be ashamed to say his name. You know it. Miracle, coincidence, my ass. No, that'd be God doing that. So you got to just tell it like it is. And it might help transform the world even faster. But you got to add that piece on there. That's the missing piece. Hey, you got more blessings and shit that you were looking forward to, more things you're trying to create in your life and bring to fruition. Watch that shit fly in. It's going to fly in 2 and 3 times as fast because you're going to be attaching the credit, giving the credit over to him. That's what he always wanted anyway. He want to be acknowledged. That shit going to fly in so fast. That's what I'm hearing. Hey, because then you can entice these people. You can entice some of these people that's what they say they worshiping a false idol, a false god. You can entice these people to convert and get the hell up out that. So anyway, I'm gone. I hope this makes sense, and I'll talk to y'all later. You just be safe, and Happy New Year's, by the way. Okay, bye.